mother.
Are tweets coming? Are things coming in?
Posted at 11, 11 on Facebook. Posted at 11 on Google Plus at 11:30 on LinkedIn 11:45.
And we did tweet.
And we've been tweeting like, whoa.
No, it's not. Good. Good. It's great. We should see some of the tweets.
Yeah.
What did it like? Oh, Ned.
What did it say?
What? Can you show not some of the tweets that he's actually, some of the questions he's getting?
Oh, 2 years into this experiment, what's the biggest surprise? That's a good question. Isn't that a great question? How do you, what is, oh man, I should prepare an answer. You can ask me that. What's the biggest surprise?
Ignore what is happening behind the curtain.
Can you go back?
We probably need to do some
Commit this to memory. Not just aesthetic, but I wanted to just give you your mark when you're
Slow. Yeah, it's on.
We're coming to you live from edX. I want to thank all of our winners and partners joining us from around the globe. Today we're here not just to celebrate the success of edX, but the success of you, our learners. Over the next hour or so, we'll be taking more questions via Twitter and Facebook with the hashtag edXTurns2.
Should I start recording on the Wirecast?
Yep.
It's all on for
About 5 minutes left.
Will I be leaving? Are we going to be turning off Patrick's mic on the switcher at some point? Are we going to be? Are we going to be turning off Patrick's audio during other stuff, or just leaving it on
No,
when the video plays?
It's on all the time.
All the time.
He
Okay.
needs to know that. So he
Okay,
can't.
I will
Don't
remind him
bounce
of that.
it. Don't.
Yeah.
Right?
So even while the video's playing, we're not going to cut his audio, right?
Right.
Are we going to bother you for here? We're going to take yours. Okay. Rachel, I didn't mean to.
Let me know if you
You won't shout or anything.
I might briskly walk by you.
Can I go? Thank you. Anything quickly? We would like to linger behind where Patrick and Anand are standing so that we look like we have an audience.
Okay.
Or
And right now, or
party.
right now, or
I think soon. When are you going live?
we are actually
A
live.
few minutes.
oh, we're already live.
With like the audio and that. So
You have 668 people watching.
668?
Really to be a body, but not a body without a body.
So you back channel 2 down a little bit further.
It looks okay right now.
No. Yeah.
I can stop and make sure we're on time.
It's going to take me 30 seconds before I hear it. So.
I almost got the press meeting. She's wearing it, so.
Such cool stuff. So are you going to, Clayton, you're going to roll the video before or no?
Patrick says, hi, welcome everybody. We're going to take a tour of the next one. Roll the video.
That's right. I don't have.
We're doing that in 3 minutes?
You're also so sick of it.
sorry, we're gonna roll the video.
No.
Happy birthday. It's good if beats you. What? Oh, actually, I don't know. We'll see.
How much did we change while you were gone?
It has to be.
Or does it still feel pretty natural?
You like how I went no pattern?
Leave yourself.
It has the documentary feel about it.
Other than that, any jigs? How much else?
So Dave, you're gonna have to cue Patrick. When we're ready to get going, you gotta make it. No. I'm sorry. You're queuing. No. I'm confusing you. Sorry. Queuing James. We're gonna all be looking at each other. So we're getting ready. No, you have to pay attention. You want? Yeah.
So when do I put on Patrick's eye?
I go, that's actually someone's job, right? Like you would hire someone to be working.
So.
Okay. Welcome to the second edX birthday celebration. We're coming to you live from edX HQ in Cambridge, Massachusetts. I'm Patrick, your edX community manager. I want to thank all of our learners and partners who are joining us from around the world today. We're here to celebrate not just the success of edX, but the success of you, our learners. Over the next hour or so, we'll be taking questions via Facebook and Twitter with the hashtag edXturns2. You'll be able to ask questions to some edX team members, our CEO Anand Agarwal, and MIT professors who have taught MOOCs on the edX platform. So right now, though, we're going to show you a quick tour of the brand new edX office space. Enjoy.
Happy birthday, edX.
Oh, yay! Hi! Happy birthday, edX! Happy birthday, edX! Happy birthday, edX! birthday, edX.
So are you getting each person or are you getting the whole group?
The whole group. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday.
Just give us a signal.
Take one. Take two.
We're never gonna be in the
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Happy birthday, edX!
First up today, taking your questions, we have Donovan Stevens from our University Relations team. Donovan, can you tell us a little bit about what you do here at edX?
Hi everyone, happy birthday edX. So University Relations works directly with the university members of our X consortium, both to design and execute the MOOCs that you find at edX.org.
Great. So we have a couple questions coming in from Twitter, but I wanted to start off with getting your thoughts on how does edX keep up with new trends in the education space?
I mean, the straight answer to that is through our universities, but since edX is a current trend, our platform is leveraged to kind of push the envelope of how courses are designed and executed, which means we have those conversations with people every day.
Got it. So coming in from Aditya Tiwari, what will you do in order to increase the value of edX certificates at major companies?
I think the key piece there is through our partnerships. So for example, with partnerships like the Smithsonian and the Linux Foundation, through the offerings that you find on edX.org, we're looping in the names in the industry that will define how this is going to work globally going forward, and we rely on those partnerships to help us add value.
Great. So we also have a question from Nikki Camilleri from Malta. So hello, Malta. Will edX universities ever offer internship opportunities to users with exceptional performances? So people who do really well in our courses.
I think that's a great question, and thank you for putting me on the spot for speaking for large universities around the world. I think I would say that our universities are very much watching students and how they do and finding exceptional ones to both help execute on the courses and mentor other folks. And on that note, edX ourselves does internships, so if you're that interested, look me up.
Jobs@edX.org. So as a community manager, I see all types of students online on edX, either tweeting us or on Facebook. And edX has a large contingent of high school students who use our platform to enrich their learning on campus or just to do stuff in their off time. We have a question coming in from Douglas Fedorich. Sorry if I butchered that. And this question is, this platform seems ideal for the high school level. Are you working to develop any high school curriculum?
Douglas, thank you. That's a great question. As edX first formed, and especially being founded by Harvard and MIT, we of course started with the highest quality college courses that we could bring to bear. That was to see if it could be done in the online space, and I think we've proven that to be yes. So certainly our strategies now are to extend the subjects and the levels of courses, and obviously if you're in the higher ed space, the next thing that you focus on is college readiness, and so absolutely, high school is one of the things that we're working on and that you'll see a lot of news from us in the near future.
Oh, that sounds exciting, so stay tuned, Douglas. So, we have a lot of different courses on edX, and we're starting to develop some sequences of courses that students can take. Could you talk to us a little bit about what X series are?
So, thank you. That's another great question. I mean, as we launch courses, there's two questions that really get asked, which is, I really enjoyed that course, how can I get better at this subject? Or I'm really interested in this academic area, how can I explore? So X series is the notion of a mini curriculum or linked set of courses that allow you to explore either more broadly or more deeply in a subject, as well as to give our students, our learners, some instruction on where to go next. So X Series, as launched by MIT, by Australia, interest from a variety of our consortium members to start to provide these larger structures beyond a single course. So once again, keep your eyes on edX.org/X Series for opportunities there.
Great, thank you, Donovan. So in a couple of minutes, or about a minute, we're going to go to opening remarks from our CEO, Anant Agarwal, welcoming everyone to the edX birthday party. So without further ado, we're going to switch over. I think Anant is just about ready. Okay. People are telling me yes, I think.
Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Thank you, Donovan. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, edX.
Okay.
Hello, everybody. Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Really delighted to have all of you join us for our second birthday party. Also, a huge welcome to our learners around the world who are joining us by live stream and Twitter feeds and all the other social things that I guess happened well after I was in my youth. Also, welcome to a lot of our partners. Many partners here, professors. You all are doing just such a fantastic job with all the courses. So, welcome everybody. Happy birthday to edX.
Okay, now everybody can go back to eating.
The real reason. So, today it's been another blockbuster year here at edX. We are so proud of our over 2.3 million learners on the platform. We are completely blown away by how many different countries and institutions have started using the Open edX platform to start educating their own audiences and their people. We have 178 courses now, maybe 180 by the time this thing is done broadcasting, that you can take on the edX platform. We have over 45 different universities and institutions that are contributing courses and content to us every day to help us educate everyone, everywhere around the world. Next up, we have Anant Agarwal, our CEO, who you just heard give great opening remarks, to take your questions live on Twitter and Facebook. So keep those questions coming with the hashtag edXturns2. Okay, so here's Anant. Hello, Anant.
Hi everybody. Welcome to our party.
Excellent. So let's get started right away with the questions coming in from Twitter. So the first one we have is from David Torres, and he asks, why did you embark in this worldwide education journey?
So we started this with the following mission. We wanted to make education available, quality education available to anybody, anywhere with the will to learn. And so by offering these great courses from great partners, university partners, we felt that we could really make this basic human right of education available to everybody around the world.
Great. So a kind of a funny question is up next. And it's something that in my year and a half or so here, I've kind of wondered too, which is, why did we name it edX, and what's the significance behind that name? And that question comes from Twitter user @Raini Sivankunar.
Well, we named it edX because we didn't quite know what we were doing. We started off as MITx, and the X there was because we said it's a code name. We'll figure out the name later, so we said we'll just stick an X next to it. But then people said, ooh, that's pretty cool. And so the X began to have a life of its own. So when we formed edX as a broader organization than just MIT, and we brought in partners from all over the world, we decided to call it edX, so for Education X, and X could stand for anything.
And now we have these amazing T-shirts and everything that has the X on them, right? Right. Okay, so our next question is coming from Kashmir, and that is from Farood Farouk. Hello, Farood. I actually have spoken to you on Twitter before. So should edX think of expanding MOOCs to something covering a bigger curriculum, meaning a degree or some type of broader certificate?
So at edX, you always want to start someplace. edX is a non-profit, but we are very much like a startup company, a non-profit. And you want to start with a focus. So we started with a focus on higher ed and offering free courses to learners all over the world. And so after higher ed, we want to expand into continuing education. We want to expand to AP courses for high schoolers. We also want to expand in a different dimension, which is how do we get credentials to learners that ascribe value to the certificates.
So we started with honor code certificates from the very first course that we launched 2 years ago. And then we went to verified certificates. Following that, we launched X series, which are sequences of courses with a certificate at the end. And we continue to work with the university partners to continue to take this to the next level.
Yeah, that's great. I think, kind of a follow-up question to that, which is something that I see with some regularity on Facebook and Twitter, is from a Facebook user called Loviza Iqbal. And her question is around, will edX be helping students get scholarships or admittance into the universities that teach on edX? And I know we've had a couple of students who've had success taking an edX course and then applying to MIT or Harvard, what have you. So do you have any thoughts on that or not?
So if you're able to take a great course from a great university on edX, and you do well in that course and you have a verified certificate from that course, we are hearing from our learners that they're using these credentials on their applications to universities. And this certainly forms one of the many credentials, one of the many value points that they can use to demonstrate to a university that they're really good and they can do well at the university. And so we have at least 3 learners that we know, one from China, from India, and one from Mongolia, that got into MIT. And so I think I would encourage you to get verified certificates and definitely use them to apply to universities, to get better jobs, and so on. In fact, one of our university partners, Delft, from the Netherlands, actually offered a scholarship program at Delft to some of the top learners. And a number of the learners who did well in their courses did end up going to Delft.
Which is amazing to think that you can take a course online and they get an opportunity to go to an actual university like Delft, which is such a leader in pioneering technology and different sciences. So, up next, I think this is a great question. We have from Extension Engine on Twitter @Extension Engines. 2 years into this grand experiment, what's the biggest surprise, good or bad, relative to your expectations? But I guess, just what's the biggest surprise you've had in 2 years of edX?
This is like choosing between your children. We've had so many surprises, so many things that we just could not have dreamt about or predicted when we started. But I think one of the ones that really stays in my mind came from the early days of edX when we launched our first course on circuits and electronics on edX. My colleagues and I, instructors and TAs and myself, we said, look, we had a discussion forum and students were going to ask questions. And so we said 7 by 24. We were going to be on the discussion forums as instructors and TAs, 7 by 24, answering questions. However, what we observed was that very quickly we found students were helping each other. The median time to a question being answered from a student was about 11 minutes. In other words, we discovered that students were helping each other, and a cadre of learners almost served as community TAs, and everybody was helping each other, learning from each other, so much so that I told our TAs and our team that let's wait a little bit for the discussion to take hold before we actually answer questions. So frankly, this way where students were teaching each other and learning by teaching was certainly one of the biggest surprises and unexpected results for me.
So peer-to-peer learning and peer-to-peer education kind of, wasn't something you expected, but was an amazing surprise when you first started the course, right?
Absolutely.
So kind of following up on that, we have a question about your course that you taught, 6.002X, and it is from Bernardo Ferrari, and it's, with all you've learned so far, how different would 6.002X be today from what it was 2 years ago?
So are we talking about the online course or are we talking about the campus course?
Online course, the first MOOC, yeah.
So in terms of the online course, we continue to make improvements in various courses. And some of the things we learned from that was that the discussion forums can be very active. We added the questions in the course based on some richer material. So for example, we developed open response assessment, the ability to grade open-ended responses like paragraph answers or essays about a year into the formation of edX. And so we included questions of that type into the course. We were able to do a much better job with offering background material where students were having trouble. And we got videos from some of our partners and helpers to cover material where students were having trouble. So we've done many improvements, and I'd like to continue making those improvements.
Always improving, right?
Absolutely, always improving.
So we have a couple more minutes left of your time, so I want to get two more questions in. And this one is around something that we're doing in Rwanda, and this comes from Vernon Marshall, and it's, what's the latest news on the Social EDU pilot initiative in Rwanda?
So the Social EDU pilot that Facebook and edX are doing in partnership with the Rwandan government, with Nokia and Airtel, is to offer online edX courses in Rwanda, in Kigali, to university students where they take the course in a mobile manner. So we'll be launching this in October of this year, where learners will be able to take courses on edX, and the mobile experience will be an integral part of the learning process. And Facebook and edX and our partners are working really hard towards this goal in October.
And then the final question we have, and you are the perfect person to answer this, is from our user on Twitter, the eighth guy, and it's, what should we expect from edX Online in the next few years?
So everything is moving so fast that it's really hard to predict where we're going to be in the future. But here are some of the things that you can expect. You can expect a mobile experience from edX, as we just discussed, where we're piloting it in Rwanda. You can expect much, much richer types of questions and much richer experience. We already have online virtual simulation-based laboratories on edX, which is pretty unique for edX. We expect to expand those offerings for learners around the world. We expect that we will move much more heavily from individual courses to sequences of courses. We have several of those. We can demonstrate mastery not in one subject, but in a discipline. For example, foundations of computer science or logistics. We can take a number of courses in a given area. Many of our university partners have also told us that they are exploring giving campus credit for people that take some of these online courses. So we expect some of that to happen as well. And finally, already many of our learners are telling us that they're using their verified certificates to get admissions into universities. They're getting those certificates to get better jobs. So we expect employers and others to begin to value these as more and more people begin to use it. We expect that this will become a common currency in advancing your career going ahead.
Got it. That all sounds amazing. So thank you so much for your time, Anant. We are going to move on to a couple other guests. So thank you. Enjoy the birthday party.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone who submitted questions so far. Congratulations to those of you whose questions made it on air that Anant was able to answer. We're going to be following up with you on Facebook or Twitter or however you submitted them to get your mailing address details, where we're going to send you some wonderful edX prizes, like the t-shirt I have on, or some fantastic edX mugs, pens, etc. Any kind of swag, stickers that we have, we're going to follow up and send to you. So keep the questions coming. And remember, if your question makes it on the air with hashtag edXturns2, we're going to reach out to you and send you some cool edX swag. So up next now we have Teppo Yutenis, who is our Senior Program Manager. And Teppo, can you tell us a little bit about what you do at edX?
Sure, I'd be happy to. So what we do here as program managers, we partner with the institutions, with the professors, so they come up with a great idea that this is the class that I want to teach, here's the idea, and we then work with them to figure out that, okay, how do we do that on the edX platform so that it works online for the whole world?
So it's taking sort of the campus experience that most people are interested in, and then, or used to, I should say, and transferring it to online learning, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's go right to our first question coming in from Twitter and Facebook, and it is from Sai Raj, and it's, you guys have a wide range of basic courses. He just finished one of them, 6.001X from MIT, so the Introduction to Computer Programming with Python course. Are more advanced courses coming soon? So you might have some good insights into this working with our university so closely.
So I think it's going to be a balance. So specifically for this course, there's actually an X series from MIT, and 6.0.1 and 0.0.2, they are the first two courses, and there will be more advanced courses in that series, and then we'll continue also to have more basic courses.
Great. So we have another question coming in from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Oh, sorry. We're going to bring in another person, a professor, I believe, or an instructor from MIT. Do they want to come over? Simona, do you want to come over now? Thank you, Teppo. Hello, how are you?
How are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Can I just have you move a little bit back? There we go. Okay, so Simona, can you tell me which course you taught on edX?
I taught 201X.
201X?
It's elements of structures.
The 201X, the elements of structures. So let's see if we have any questions coming in from you, for you. Yeah, here we go. Okay, so let's. We got questions coming in about your course specifically. So, and it is. So, can you tell us a little bit more? I guess what designs or products did your course cover? So, a little bit about what the elements of structure is.
Basically, is first course in structural mechanics. So you really learn the basics of how to design elements of structures, typically beams and bars and shafts in torsion. And we do some modeling of real structure, but mainly this is a course on the basics. So we do not do a lot of product design or anything like that. The course is kind of a mix of theoretical and practical, but more toward the theoretical, although we try to mix in some examples of real life and things.
So what kind of background would someone need in order to take this course?
Some understanding of physics is good, mechanics, basic mechanics, like the intro course in mechanics that's offered on edX would be a good basis, and some basic calculus. We do some introduction now. We are ready to launch the second instance of the course, and we have some more introductory material on calculus to help people, because you do need to know a little bit of calculus to survive in the class, but not a lot of prerequisites.
Got it. So I think one question that we hear all the time from students is, and you're the perfect person to answer this, is what's the difference between teaching a course on campus and then teaching a course on edX?
The difference is, after all, not that much, crazily enough, because the students online are just as enthusiastic as the one on campus, if not more. Sometimes the one on campus, I can see them sleeping in class, and the one online, I can't see them if they fall asleep on the videos. But the students are equally motivated in both places. And actually, the community that gets created in the online course is amazing. Like, these are people really that come together to learn, and they are totally gang-ho on getting the material, getting the work done. And the MIT students, as you know, also are kind of like eager beavers, so they're very similar in that way. And they're a pleasure to work with, both of them. There's not much difference. The course is the same, essentially. The only difference is that for the residential course, I go there in person and I do my lectures, and for the online course, they have to watch the videos. But the class has the same content and covers the same material, has the same problem set, same exams, is the same class.
You know, that's amazing to hear. We kind of think that people might get lost in an online course and not be able to connect with each other. But, from what you just said, it seems like, despite being thousands of people in a MOOC taking it virtually all over the world, there really is an opportunity to build community and connect. And that's sort of a wonderful thing to hear. So, Simona, thank you so much for your time. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the birthday party. Okay, so we have another guest coming up. Ned, whose official title is Software Guy and Open Source Community Manager. So Ned, can you tell us a little bit about what you do at edX and who you interact with?
So I'm an architect. I help write the software, design the software.
We're sorry to interrupt this broadcast, but a big thanks to MathWorks. Look what they just gave us for our second birthday. Thank you, MathWorks.
Thank you, MathWorks. Cupcakes. We don't have enough sugar here at edX.
So in addition to helping design the software, I'm also the community manager for Open edX, which means I help all the other people in the world that use our open source software to be happy and productive and contribute code to us, and we can contribute code to them.
So I think maybe a lot of our learners aren't 100% familiar with Open edX and the edX open source initiative. Could you talk to us a little bit about what that means and how it works with edX?
Sure. So the software that we write here at edX, it powers the edX.org website, but it also powers dozens of other websites around the world that are putting courses online. So any institution in the world that wants to put their courses online can use our software to do it. Then they can all share software together so that we can all together build the best learning platform in the world.
Great. So we have a couple questions coming in right now. Let's see if I can get them up there. This comes from someone who's asking, what does a software engineer end up doing on a typical day at edX, and what technologies do you get to work on?
Well, most days at edX look just like this. We have enormous parties and giant cakes. No, not really. Mostly what we do all day is we talk about what the software has to do. We think hard about how to change the software to make it do new things. We track down bugs, fix problems, get the code ready to go up on the servers, put up new features. We release new code every week, so the site is constantly improving and constantly getting new features so that professors can put the best online courses on our site.
And there's a lot of juggling, right?
There happens to be some juggling in the office, that's true.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Ned. We are on a tight schedule, so I think we're going to move to Lou Wang from our product team. Hello, Lou. How's it going?
Hi, Patrick.
Hi. So can you tell us a little bit about what you do here at edX, just to make our learners familiar?
Sure. So I'm a director of product here. So product management talks to students, professors, universities, all the various people that make edX edX and figure out what we need to build into our product.
So you're kind of making sure you're helping the sausage get made, so to speak, right?
Exactly. Me and then our team and all of engineering, we all work together to make it happen.
Got it. So we have a couple of questions coming in right now from Twitter and Facebook for you. From Frisa Mod from Baltimore and Ace Spencer from Corpus Christi, Texas. And their question is, when is the edX app coming, and would you consider Apple TV as a platform?
Oh, that's a really good question. So mobile is one of the things that we're really looking into right now. So we have a various number of things we're looking at. One is making sure that the website works really well across various types of mobile devices, whether they're smartphone or tablet. So that's one of the things that we're starting to focus on. And then the mobile apps are probably coming in the second half of this year. We're looking at different parts of the user experience that you get from the edX website today, and look at what are the things that can be really enjoyed on a mobile device, right? So things like watching video, being able to download video, watch it on the fly, collaborating with other classmates, notifications. So all these things are kind of in our plans, and you'll probably hear from us a little bit later on in the first half of this year and beyond.
Great. So we have a couple other questions coming in. One is from Red Voodoo, and it's specifically about the student dashboard. And it says, can the dashboard be divided into current, not yet started, and completed classes? And then it says, happy birthday, love learning with edX. So I like that last part, right?
Yeah, great. So absolutely. So one of the things we're really looking at is making the student experience much more engaging, much more inviting. So we have a lot of work being done on the analytics front and exposing that to both our students and to our professors. So I think that's a great suggestion. It's something that we're definitely looking at, and I think from a student experience perspective, I think there's going to be a lot of exciting things coming in the second half of this year.
You heard it again. Stay tuned for more exciting things coming from edX. Thank you, Lou. We are moving on to another member of the product team. Hello, Lila. How's it going?
It's pretty good. How are you?
So can you introduce yourself and tell our viewers what you do here at edX?
So I'm Lila Fisher. I've been at edX for a really long time, like since inception. And right now I'm working as a product manager on the open response assessment infrastructure, which includes peer grading, self-grading, and what used to be called AI grading, but is now example-assisted computer grading.
Got it. So I think one question we have is around peer grading, and it kind of sounds like a little weird. What is that? What does it mean? So could you just explain to us a little bit more about peer grading and why we chose to use it?
So peer grading is this really cool tool that's really specific to MOOCs and massive courses, because you get students interacting with each other over their assignments, giving feedback to each other about their assignments. It's a really exciting tool because not only do you get to have really general questions, and you can ask anything in a massive course that any peer can grade, but also the fact that you're able to take advantage of the fact that our students come from all over the globe. So you get a lot of different perspectives on whatever assignment you just gave, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of echoing what I think Simona was talking about, which is even though we're in an online environment with thousands of people taking a course, you know, there's ways to interact. There's ways to engage with other people that you're learning with. And there's ways to not feel like you're one person sitting in front of a computer by yourself. And I think that's really important for learning.
Yeah.
So we have another question coming in from Twitter, or from Facebook rather. This is from Kumar Guarv, and it's, as a student, what could my role be in making edX more successful?
Okay,
keep taking courses.
Keep taking courses, that's right. Learn more. Give feedback to the professors that have been putting together the courses. Participate in the discussion forum and on the Aura questions. Give good feedback to other students. Be a good citizen.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I kind of have to deal with this a little bit too as a community manager. We love hearing your stories, and you know, we put them up on our Tumblr, we talk about them on Facebook, and we talk about them here at edX. And you know, the more we hear from you, the more we actually sort of take that in as an organization and work with that. You know, we've had a couple students come in and give presentations about what they've learned or how they work through the platform. So, you know, the more dialogue you have with us, either on Facebook, on Twitter, inside the learning platform, inside your courses, you know, it actually does go to heart. We take it to heart and we do work with it. So, so thank you, Lila. I think we are running out of time and we're about to go to some some remarks and celebratory remarks from Anant. Hang on, well, maybe, I don't know. He's chatting over there. So let's see, I guess, more questions that we have? I don't know. Okay, so let's see. What, okay, we have a fun question. So this is actually for me. How do you guys maintain the website, and do you ever experience technical errors? Yes, we experience technical errors. Right, Lila?
It happens sometimes.
You know, we're a tech company, and every time we're trying to do something, you know, we put systems and processes in place to make sure that bugs don't happen, but inevitably, you know, there are bugs. So the site that you go on to navigate to edX is, you know, maintained by Drupal. We use Drupal to put the content in and to make it look the way it does and make it work the way it does. And then I think, as Ned said earlier, the LMS that we call it, the learning platform, is actually powered by code that we created. It's powered by the Open edX platform. So I hope that answers your question. And this is from Ali Khalid on Twitter, and it's at Ali Khalid 808111097. And it says, "Happy birthday, edX. I'm from Iraq and got a course on biology by Dr. Eric Lander. What about meetups in Iraq?" So that's amazing. We're so glad you're taking, you know, Eric Lander's course, Introduction to Biology: The Secret of Life in Iraq. So meetups in Iraq. We do have a meetup platform. It's meetup.com/edx, EDX-communities. You can go there. I'm unfortunately not 100% positive if we have a meetup group in Iraq, but I encourage you to make one. Reach out to us on Twitter or Facebook, and we will support you in any way we can. We think it's amazing that you're, you know, taking the initiative to learn all the way over in Iraq. Okay, so thank you, Lila. Go back and enjoy the party. I hopefully will be enjoying it with you in a few minutes as well, because I think now we are going to move to some final remarks and happy birthdays from Anant. Thank you to everyone, and we're going to kick it over to Anant.
So I'd like all of you to join me in a toast. I'd like all of you to join me in a toast. Before we do that, let me just welcome up here some of our partners who've joined us today. Let's see, Karen from Berklee College of Music. She heads up a lot of the online efforts and pulling great music courses together. Welcome, Karen. let's see. I saw Jeremy Jurgens from the World Economic Forum. Come on down. Jeremy's come all the way down from Switzerland to the World Economic Forum. Nathaniel from MIT, welcome. Awesome. And Samantha Earp, Harvard. Samantha heads up the Learning Initiative at Harvard. Welcome, partners, and thank you for coming down and joining us. So with that, I'd like to have all of you raise your glasses to toast to all our learners, to all our university partners and professors, and to all of us. Hey. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So we'll cut the cake. Let's see. Did somebody call out for a chainsaw? Thank you. Thank you, guys.
So thank you, Anant. Thank you to everyone who joined us today. It was great taking your questions on air. I hope that you enjoyed getting to know a few of the people who work here at edX and getting to take a look at our space. We try to say every day that the reason we're here is because of you. We really do want to try and educate as many of you around the world as we can. So I think we're going to sign off in just about a minute. So thank you again. Please keep the questions coming in. We're going to try and compile some of the questions and get some of the people you saw today and some of the people who might not have been able to make it up to respond to them in a blog post or a series of blog posts over the next couple of weeks. There was one question that came in right at the end that we didn't get to, and it was, will edX be hosting any conferences? So we are going to be hosting a conference in about a couple of weeks' time. Check it out. It is right now just for our university and institution partners, but check out the hashtag FutureEDU around the beginning of June for some interesting news coming from that. So I think that's it. Happy birthday. Have a great rest of the day. I'm going to go have a piece of cake. Bye.
Good job.